Hi, I'm Karen. I'm the teacher of the Farmers Arms Garden School, and I've come down on this beautiful sunny Sunday afternoon just to check out what's going on at the plot at Nithwick Grange Farm. It's just under a month until we start the monthly garden school, which is on the last Saturday of every month between March and October. We've got a little bit of a change of the scheduling this year, so we ran it last year for the first time. Just as we were all coming out of lockdown, so it was a really welcome diversion for a lot of people, including myself. I learned just as much from running the garden school as everybody did who came on it, I think. But this year we're running 2 sessions, so you can come in the morning or in the afternoon, which means that it's a bit more flexible with your schedule, and also we can teach a lot more people. So the numbers are still 10 people per session. So you'll still not be in a crowd, you'll get a lot of one-to-one attention. And also for about half the sessions, I'm going to be helped by Grace Holland, who's a gardener who I've worked with for a good few years now. And she's actually in charge of maintenance at the Farmers Arms pub along the road. So we're going to share some of the teaching duties this year. We're going to do a bit more vegetable and fruit growing and planting here at the plot. We're also going to actually do a bit of hard landscaping, which we didn't do last year, but I think it's something a lot of people do want to do in their own gardens. Just maybe a small DIY hard landscaping project, building a planter or something like that. So we're going to do some of that and hopefully enhance some of the other aspects of the farm. So Maria and John have a shop opening this year on Saturdays, so there's a little bit of potential there in front of where the shop entrance is to build some planters and do some quite nice, I suppose sort of special effects planting, I would call it, stuff that welcomes people into the farm shop and isn't necessarily about growing fruit and veg. But the main part of the plot behind me, which you can see, is dedicated to fruit and veg. That seems to be what a lot of people want to learn how to grow and need to kind of learn hacks that they know are going to work locally. And I've got a lot of those because I've been growing here for 20 years now in much less beneficial conditions than we have here at Nithwick Grange. I'm actually up the hill at some altitude, so I work in a colder, wetter garden than this one. So I've learned a lot about how to grow hereabouts. In the garden right now over winter, there's still actually quite a lot of vegetables. So as I walk about, I can see Brussels sprouts still in the ground. I can see winter lettuce looking really, really good. Celery, beetroot, turnips, just loads of things actually. So when we start at the beginning of March, we'll take a look actually at what's endured over winter and talk about how you can achieve that in your own garden so that you've still got greens in the early part of spring and the season, which used to be called the Hungry Gap, where it was difficult to have stuff out of your garden to eat, but actually with a bit of timing, especially around the back end of the summer, you can achieve that too. So that's a lot of what you'll learn when you come to the Farmers Arms monthly garden school. But we also do a lot of stuff for fun. We grow a lot of stuff for cutting, for flower arranging, and we talk a lot about how to create a sustainable garden. So one where you're not having to buy loads of stuff to put in it, one that benefits the environment, creates biodiversity, even if you've got the tiniest plot or maybe just a couple of pots. And one that does a lot to feed yourself, but also feed your soul and nurture you as a person, because that's a huge amount about what gardening gives to you. So hop along to the website to enrol. It's www.grisdale.org/events. And there's a concessionary rate there, but the full rate is £320 for all lessons between March and October. So it works out at about £10 an hour for teaching. Really hope to see some of you at the event later in March, the first session, and throughout the summer as well. Okay, bye.